ruling All Progressive Congress has won all the 305 councilorship seats and 27 chairmanship positions in the Imo State local government election held on Saturday. Announcing the results at the Imo State Independent Electoral Commission's office on Sunday, the chairman of ISEC, Charles Ejiogu, said the election followed the laid-down guidelines and procedures. We gave room for robust participation. We had meetings with critical stakeholders and all security agencies. We observed primaries of political parties. Election took place across 305 wards and 27 local government areas. Election took place at 4,758 polling units. Political parties inspected sensitive materials, and I can say that the election was peaceful, fair, transparent, and credible. The chairman added, the APC won all the chairmanship and councilorship seats. However, the publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Lancelot Obiako, described the election as a charade, a show of shame and undemocratic. It is on record that ISEC did not release the list of candidates for the election, nor did the commission publish voter register at the polling units as the law requires. There was no communication or meeting whatsoever with political parties, the candidates and other stakeholders regarding the election. Also, just a day before the election, no one knew who the ISEC electoral officers were and how the ad hoc staff were selected. The commission never advertised applications for its ad hoc roles. The election we started on Saturday has been concluded with the announcement of the results. Olori, what do you have to say to this and the reaction of the PDP to the result of the elections in Imo State?
Well, thank you. In every elections, the person who loses is always bound to make one or two protests. The people that are aggrieved are always, they have a justifiable right to opposing or objecting the result. You can see the reasons that he has actually read out. You can see the excuses he has made. Those areas are areas we all have been always complaining about. Like my friend rightly said, that there is need and rooms for improvement. See, it is important. I am more concerned about the process. Okay. Trust me, I am more concerned about the process. If there is a fair process, if there is a legitimate process, if there is a well-acceptable process, you see that when a winner emerges, there will be less of rifts, crisis, less of violence, less of challenging the result. But when there are, like he has rightly said, you can see what he has read out. Like the opposition were actually shut out. Like some certain things were done, like it was clandestine. Some things were done to actually shortchange or deny the general electorate or the opposition party to having a level playing field. Do you understand? But whatever is the case, a winner has emerged. Like we know, the character of Nigerian states when it comes to conducting local government elections, even national elections, there is this forceful deployment of might and power to actually favoring the government of the day. I will say it without fear of favor. As you can see, Imo State is an APC control state. And we are aware that they've had a clean or landslide, clean sweep of the elections, that no one councilorship seat. So, in as much as an APC member, let's face that in fact. Are you telling me that in all the over 300 wards, about 305 wards, are you telling me that there is no one ward that an opposition candidate will be so popular in this ward enough to win? Let's face these things. Are you telling me that?
Very salient question.
That there is no one word that any other party might have fielded a very popular, generally accepted, famous, and well-loved candidate? You are aware, for the first time in Nigerian history, 2023 elections what the Labour Party did. Nobody saw it coming, but it was a clean sweep. Where they won, they won. Now we have, from nowhere, we have senators from Labour Party. We have senators, reps members from Labour Party.
And a governor.
We have a governor from Labour Party. An assembly from Labour Party. Now, if we could actually harness that, if we could actually allow that to begin to play, I tell you, we will have less of these problems we're having right now. We will have less of objecting, opposing, or challenging results to the extent of resorting to violence. Because you will not tell me that I am a party member and at the coalition center, my coalition agent that represent my party, that should be my party's eye or my eye at the coalition center where anything can happen, will be denied entrance, will be denied access. It could make me wanting to resort into self-help. It could make me wanting to rally my people, let's do something. Of course, you are aware, Imo State has been in the news for severe, every time, dynamiting of INEC offices, district offices, or their state electoral offices. These are the issues. So it is about time we actually look into these issues. So we will have some semblance of a true democratic, free and fair elections. That's what I think.
All right. All right, Ndamzi, what do you have to say to the Imo State elections?
Yes, using the Imo State as a point of contact, I have never been a fan of state government conducting local government elections because it can never be fair, it can never be credible, and it can never be decent in the eyes of the ordinary man. Oh. Yes, the state governors are so powerful. The Constitution allows them very robust powers, and you don't expect a state governor who is conducting election with his own state independent electoral commission to allow opposition party to win. It is just a carry-go thing. So we never expected less. We never expected less. More elections are coming up across the state.
But then shrouding, the PDP was saying that everything ISEC did was shrouded in secrecy. There were no meetings with the parties or stakeholders. You know, they didn't even know who the ad hoc staffs were. They don't know the processes of selection. There were no announcements for application, you know, and stuff like that. Are these not cause for concern?
Of course.
You recall your party also is not left out. Marking Day in Oyo State.
Yes.
Made a clean sweep of entire 27 local governments.
And you can agree with me that I criticize that move here. You see, the Electoral Act itself allows for publication of names of voters in the various electoral units. But from what the PDP PopSec, you know, stated there, it was very obvious that there were no publications. They were not even informed on happenings. Okay? They didn't even know who the electoral officers in the various LGAs were. That's to tell you that state governments have a way of, you know, shutting out other parties because they want to win at all costs.
All right.
So governors should be discouraged from conducting.
I think we'll see a different one in the October 5th elections in Imo State.
Because you people,
we know the activities of
we know from what we hear. You are just confirming it. We know
because
he said something.
Because the governor to me, his disposition has been that of a democratic leader. Somebody who wants to allow for...
Is it a selection going on? Or
it's a selection.
It's elections, of course.
It's a selection.
Elections, of course.
Local government elections have never been an election.
I'll be here after the elections, and you will see that different parties were merged at every ward level.
That is what you people are planning to do. We know that. We know that is the game.
You will see PDP, you will see APC, you will see AAC, you will see APP, you will see...
We are aware.
No, we are saying that opposition parties, where their stronghold, they should emerge. Elections should be free and fair. So if SDP is popular, the government is popular, the particular
have you held your elections?
It's October
your primaries?
5th. Yes, we've done primaries.
Okay.
It must have been done.
So who is the candidate of the party in your local
candidates have emerged.
Who is
candidates have emerged.
Very quick question. Who is the candidate? Who is the chairmanship candidate for APC in LMA local government? Chairmanship
candidate?
Yes.
You know, APC is not participating.
APC is not participating.
Not participating.
So you said, if I may quote you,
okay,
PDP will have their candidates. You said APC.
In my LG, you ask my LG, you ask my LG, in my local government.
PDP is not participating.
In my local government.
He said probably.
I mentioned parties across the states and across the edges and across the world that parties candidates will emerge across the state and edges. So it's not particular about
the primaries of these parties are shrouded in secrecy. The media has no knowledge of
the primaries are the party's private affair. The primaries because we have ways of selection. It can either be consensus.
Isn't this the first time?
It can either be
very quickly because we have of time. Isn't this the first time in Rivers State that parties are having primaries and nobody knows who is who and what is going on?
Candidates have emerged.
Isn't this the first time?
Candidates have emerged.
And for some strange reason.
And I have told you, primaries are parties' private affair.
And for some strange reason.
Because we have direct, we have indirect, we have consensus.
Don't interject.